Thank you for joining with me for the meditation of Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. This idea contains the first glimmerings of your true function in the world, or why you are here. Your purpose is to see the world through your own holiness. Thus are you and the world blessed together. No one loses, nothing is taken away from anyone. Everyone gains through your holy vision. It signifies the end of sacrifice because it offers everyone his full due, and he is entitled to everything because it is his birthright as the Son of God. My holiness blesses the world. Go ahead and sit with your back supported, head and neck free. Close your eyes if they're not closed already. Let's start with a 4x breath. In through the nose for a count of 4. Hold it. Exhale slowly for a count of 8 through your mouth. And go ahead and repeat that 3 or 4 times. Releasing all tension. My holiness blesses the world. My holiness blesses the world. This is another lesson that is extremely important in terms of what Jesus is teaching us, as well as correcting common mistakes made by students of A Course in Miracles. Jesus obviously is not telling us that we should bless the world that is outside us. This would directly contradict everything he has been teaching us so far. Remember, Jesus is teaching us the world is nothing more than a mirror of our thoughts. Therefore, the lesson's content is not that we should be blessing a chair, stick, clock, or another person. Rather, he is saying that if we choose his blessing within our minds and see ourselves as holy, because we have joined with him, that blessing will automatically extend through us and envelop everything we see. The principle projection makes perception must never be too far away from our thinking. This will become increasingly manifest. And I'm going to go ahead and read a series of statements in the text that mark the end of sacrifice. The principle of one or the other. And here we go. Salvation is a collaborative venture. Together or not at all. The ark of peace. I don't know how I turned that around. The ark of peace is entered 2 by 2. No one can enter heaven by himself. None of these readings mean that you literally have to be in a relationship with someone on a physical level. It does mean, however, that in your mind you do not see that your peace, salvation, or happiness comes at someone else's expense. The key point of this lesson, therefore, is that my holiness blesses the world because the world is an extension of me. As long as I believe there is someone out there, I must believe there is someone in here who perceives someone out there, which means I am into separation, specialness, and individuality. I then automatically believe in sacrifice, some expression of one or the other. We look at the one or the other principle operating in our minds and choose to deny its seeming validity. That is the only way the idea of sacrifice can be undone. I realize you and I are making the same journey home. It began as a path of insanity away from home, and in my mind I realize that the way back, the way of sanity, is to take your hand. It does not matter whether you even know who I am or whether you died 30 years ago. We are not talking about something that happens externally in the world, because all relationships exist only in the mind. My holiness blesses the world. Jesus is asking us to be vigilant in watching our egos in action, especially in relationship to others. He fully expects us to make the wrong choices, as we shall see in the lessons that follow. A lesson like this, therefore, is the correction for the mistakes we shall inevitably make. Jesus is expecting us to misperceive and have attack thoughts, and once aware we have done so, we ask him for help as we try to remember the lesson for the day. Okay, so it is essential to use the idea if anyone seems to cause an adverse reaction in you. Offer him the blessing of your holiness immediately, that you may learn to keep it in your own awareness. Jesus is not talking about saying, I bless you and all is healed. He is talking about recognizing that our perception of another is coming from our misperception of ourselves. So if we say, my holiness blesses you, it'll accomplish a great deal. It will push your ego thoughts down even further. The idea is to bring the ego thought to the truth, the darkness to the light. So when you do a lesson like this, you should do exactly what Jesus says, but also realize what he is saying. Pay attention to your need to keep this other person separate from you. Above all, be aware of the need to keep guilt secure in your mind. Only then can Jesus and these exercises help you to let it go. I love you. Thank you so much for joining with me in Lesson 37. My holiness blesses the world. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.